Hi guys, wonderful, wonderful afternoon here, and I'm very, very excited to introduce you to Crystal. Most everybody that I have interviewed, I either have a personal relationship with, but it is always a blessing when someone who is fantastic refers me to another individual that's fantastic. And so Stephen Lee from the at the airport interview that I did the other day, he was like, "You have got to talk to Crystal. You have got to talk to Travelers Aid, and they do so much. They're volunteer based as well, and you just need to talk to them." And so I got in touch with Crystal, and I had no idea what they did. I mean, I thought I knew,
Yeah.
Travelers Aid, you're thinking, oh, okay, this is people, and they told me, oh yeah, you get questions about going to the bathroom and
Right.
where
Yeah.
stuff is at.
Yeah.
But then when she started talking and telling me more
Yeah.
about what they do, my mind was blown. So I'm gonna give her the floor, and let her talk to you guys and listen to what she has to say, because it is just a game changer in what is happening. I had no idea this was
Yeah.
something even going on in Oklahoma,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So, Crystal, tell me.
So you're like, I'm so excited about it. So Travelers Aid is what we are. We have the two information booth out at the airport, which is how Stephen knows me. So we have that relationship with the airport that's been going on for 45 years. We'll celebrate in November, so we're super excited about that.
Wow.
That we've been out at the airport and have a great relationship there with assisting travelers or stranded travelers. It's a great point of contact for people because they can find themselves stranded in the airport, and we can assist them to get reconnected with family. But even that, giving you the tour of the office here downtown, we're just
Yes.
west of downtown, so we help the homeless in obtaining IDs. So we've obtained IDs from all over the world, and a lot of them are just carrying everything they own with them. So to be able to get something that's got their photo ID on it or their name on it,
Right.
birth certificate, something like that. So we have 3 case managers here in the office, and they will help people obtain all IDs from anywhere. So they work on that. We also help families with young children who need help with rent and utilities every
Man.
week. We take over 200 phone calls yesterday where we screen and screen, and we were able to help a couple of families. But it just really comes down to funds. We need more funding for be able to help more families. So as far as that goes, and then we've helped. One of my favorite stories is a young lady that I met recently, and she had her children, and she was a domestic violence victim. So she was able to, because of Upward Transitions, get out of that situation, pay her rent, still to this day raising her kids, working, has a job, like
Doing.
do because
Changing
Upward
lives.
Transitions,
Right.
yeah. So it was just one. So those are some of the stories, and we partner with other agencies in the area to get people the help that they need. But our big is helping with rent and utilities, helping with the IDs, stranded travelers if they come in and they had some type of crisis and they need help getting to their destination, we can help with that as well.
That is, I mean, so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of things that you guys do. And so when I talked to her earlier, one of the things that shocked me was that you talked about that human trafficking actually does happen
Yeah.
here in Oklahoma. And I realize that as I say that out loud, it shouldn't be that surprising, but you figure that's going to happen in maybe bigger cities, and you don't expect it here in Oklahoma. And so, as just expanding on what you were saying, as far
Yeah.
as those are like the stranded travelers.
So yeah, that could be someone who's stranded, where someone comes in, and we had a situation where we were able to get them reconnected with family, get
Family.
them back home. So whether that be through a discounted bus ticket of where they come up with 85% of the funds, and then we get a discount on that, we can help. Or if it's something where they did have a vehicle or something in the situation where we could do a repair or something like that. But that's kind of rare. So we can help them get a plan in place, work with other
Right.
agencies to what can we do to get you to where you need to go.
Right.
So yeah, it's great, right?
It's
So it's a lot of fun, yeah.
it's a fantastic program, and I think that how do you like? What are the other agencies that you guys
So
partner
some
with?
of the agencies and my coworkers, my cohorts will be able to tell even more. But Palomar, North Care, we I don't know who else do we partner. Tamara, you sitting over there? She over there. She might have her earbuds in, tuning me out. What other agencies do we partner with? Chime in. I was like, I know. I was like, I know Palomar, City Rescue Mission,
Day Shelter,
Day
Catholic
Shelter,
Charities,
Salvation Army, yeah. So a lot of the other,
NSO, Community Action.
yeah. I was like, they'll know even more because they've been here doing it even longer than me. So we have a lot. So a lot of the other United Way partners we partner with as well. other nonprofits in the area. So if there's somebody we're not partnering, we're not closed off to partnering with someone else. So if they want to partner up, we're happy to do that. So things like that. So I mean, anything to where, you know, we're not claiming that we can do everything, but what we're good at, that's
Right.
what we want to do. You know, getting the IDs, getting the birth certificates, helping families, you know, reconnect, do what they need to do. Paying the rent, utilities, helping them if they need to learn how to manage their budget, just whatever. I mean, each
Right.
case is different. The case managers can talk more about that, but I know that's just some of the stuff that they've been able to help with people. Like, no, you can't do $300 cable. You need to pay, you know,
Right.
that. So just things like that, you know. And then people being housed, like I said, you know, a year later, still being housed,
Right.
still doing what they need to do, and just changing. Really, we want to end generational poverty. That way, kids aren't growing up and repeating the same cycle.
Right, right.
So,
And I love just the talk, because I mean, I don't know if they understand how important having two IDs are. You know, when you, or having an ID in general,
Right.
you
Mhm.
can't access certain places without
or
a notification.
services, yeah.
Services, having a job,
Yeah.
right? You have to have two forms of ID to have a job. So someone comes here and they literally get stranded because
Yeah.
they don't have any identification.
Yeah.
So what you guys are doing as far as just working with other agencies to
Yeah.
get them identification,
Mhm.
so they can't be taken advantage of,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
that's what puts them even at a disadvantage. That's
Yeah.
why they're getting taken advantage of,
Yeah.
is because they don't have identification to say who they actually are.
And it opens the door to other services if they need
Right.
that. You know, if there are mental health services or other things that they're needing, or benefits, maybe if it's a veteran or something like that.
Right.
You know, you just don't know until you get into it. But that opens the door to other opportunities, just having that ID and being able to do that.
Ah.
So it's really exciting.
I love it. Like, you guys can see the passion that she has, and I love, like, it's contagious.
Yeah, right.
I love it. How did you get involved?
Oh, that's a great question. So my friend was actually in this position before me. We went on a mission trip together, and I was out of work, and she said, "I've got the perfect job for you," you know. And it was because Upper Trenches was just getting busier, and she had a small preemie baby, and so she needed to spend more time with him. And she's like, "This is just the perfect job for you. You're gonna love it," you know. And I remember the first time I saw her out at the airport. We were actually traveling to Belize, and she like jumped over the counter, answered the phone, and I was like, "You are crazy! Like, how are you answering the phone at the airport?" You know? And she's like, "Oh, I work here, you know, it's fine or whatever." But then she's like, "You're gonna love it. You're gonna love the people I work with," and I'm so glad she did, because it's not a job I would have picked for myself. But that's the connection there. We've been friends for years, and she's like, "You're gonna love it, and it's great," and it is. It's great. I
Right.
love it. I get to work with great volunteers and great coworkers who love helping people and really care about the work they're doing and work so hard. And like I said, to have 3 case managers and do so much, you know,
Right.
and just all the office staff just really working together. And there was one coworker who's not here. She works in the mornings, but I mean, just everybody really working together. We're just a team of whatever needs to get done. We just work, so it's really great. I
How
love
long
it.
have you been doing it?
About a year.
Year.
So 1 year I've been here. So yeah, about a year.
That's
Coming up on a year.
fantastic.
So yeah.
And how many people say, I already know this information, but I still want to make sure that everybody knows what this information is. And yes, my data is way
We
over
know.
today.
Missing. You're like, oh.
But how many people, because you, 3
Yeah.
caseworkers, I mean, that's a small amount of individuals.
Yeah.
And that threw me, how many people have you actually been able
Yes.
to help?
So in the this last year, they saw 3,700. So between
3,700.
the 3 case managers and helping that, so I mean, it's just outstanding to think
Yeah.
about the work that they did, and like I said, I mean, with the IDs, you know, $40 can change somebody's life,
Right.
you know, I mean, between doing that, so I mean, it's just a small amount of money to make a difference like that. So.
And that's huge, right?
Yeah.
Like $40 is what it costs for them to get IDs.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I mean, between going and, you know, getting, depending on what it is that they're doing, but
Right.
yeah.
So that's huge. I mean, donating, having those funds, somebody can give a very small amount and have a very huge impact
Yeah, yeah.
on changing somebody's life
Yeah.
for the better, and that's
Yeah.
huge,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Huge.
Huge. Yeah,
Oh.
it really is a big deal, so.
What are some of the challenges that you guys face?
Challenges, like I said, it's hard with the phone ringing yesterday. That's hard when you have to answer and tell someone, "I'm sorry. We've already done the funding today. This is what you can do." You know, so having to tell people no when they really need the help.
Right.
That's hard when you don't. If you just had more money, or we just
Right.
had that's hard to have to tell people. So, because they are calling, and so we're telling them like, yes, you. And these are people that are dire, like they have a cutoff notice. There's an eviction. It's not just like, oh, they could be out on the street.
Oh, wow.
So we do refer, of course, to like Tamara mentioned, Salvation Army places, area churches, things like that. I'll tell them, if you're still in the same situation, you can try to call back next week, but it is really just a Russian roulette. You're going to call, the phone's going to be busy, you're going to keep
wow.
calling. And then Scott, I think he's here today, but you'll get to meet him. He gets the pleasure of working with those clients and helping the ones that we can. So,
wow.
and he can share with you. But that's probably the biggest thing that's heartbreaking is just wanting to help more people.
And being very limited. on
Yeah,
the funds
and
that
being
you
able
actually
to
have.
be limited, but great that I can work with people that are super responsible with the money, like they make it go and help as many people as they can and make it work and do what they can. So that's great to see too.
And you guys are a nonprofit.
Yes, we are a
organization.
nonprofit, 501c3 nonprofit and United Way organization. So, yeah.
Wow. And yes, so
Yes.
that's a name I definitely know. United
Yeah,
Way.
United
I
Way.
do know
Yeah.
that name. Wow.
So we get, so we're very, and a lot of it, we do a fundraiser or several fundraiser. We did a fundraiser last night, Kinder Scott, and I haven't heard the amount on that, but they're great about giving in the community. And then we'll have a celebrity wait night coming up that everybody can come out to Hideaway Pizza and support us that
Oh,
way.
wow, look at
So
that,
people
guys.
can come out there, so I'll do a little plug.
Who doesn't love Hideaway Pizza?
So, yeah. So then come out that way and be like, hey, we're here for Upward Transitions, and they'll donate a percentage of the proceeds
Oh,
and
wow.
do that. So that's the thing we have coming up. And then American Tourist is our big fundraiser that I always need volunteers for, but we were able to raise a lot of funds for that for this next year. And so, we're going to continue to fundraise and seek out grants and do what we need to do to see who we can help,
Right.
and keep doing that.
That is phenomenal.
So
That's really phenomenal. Is there anything that you want to share with the community? Anything that, when it comes to just them helping, how can they reach you best?
So obviously we have a website, upwardtransitions.org. You can check us out there. There's videos. You can even donate there if you need to.
Wow.
Everything. Volunteering. There's a link on there to volunteer as well. It has information about all the staff, everything that we're doing. You can come by the office, of course. You can call me.
Downtown.
So we're located 1134 West Main down here. Out at the airport, if you're traveling on a flight, we have the 2 information booths out there. You can reach out to any of the volunteers 365 days a year, and they'll get you connected. So those are all ways that you can get in touch with us.
That's fantastic. Now I ask everyone this question simply because I am a realtor. And
Yes.
people who are watching, as much as I pray that they're supporting you, there are going to be people who are
Yes.
going to watch that might be wanting to live in a different area.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I always ask, what is something that you love about the community that you live in,
Mhm.
or a favorite thing?
Oh wow, I have so many favorite things, girl.
Give 'em.
You hit the wrong person. So I love anything about. I tell everybody if there's something, and I'm kind of the guru. Everybody's like, oh, if there's something in Oklahoma or Oklahoma City, like go ask Crystal. She knows. So tons to do, like on the tourism stuff. Like I love my community because it's kind of a funny thing too. Out at the airport, everybody's like, oh yeah, we're in Oklahoma, but it's that Oklahoma standard. Everybody's welcoming. You're just saying
Yes.
hello. It's like, even out at the airport today, they're like, what are y'all, our welcoming committee? And it's like, well, matter of fact, we are. So, but there's great things to do in the city. I tell people, it's a great place to live. It's affordable. You can make a
Yes.
great income. Being a realtor, there's
Yeah.
great houses to live in. Great communities, all of that. But then you can still go climbing. You can go to the river and float. You can go, So I love doing all of those things. You had your event. There's great places to go eat. We're foodie people. You can't go a mile without a restaurant. So lots of foodies. So I could go on. and
I'm a
on.
big foodie.
There's Scott right there. Scott, do you have a moment? Or you think
Sure.
I know your secrets?
Hi.
This is
Hi.
Shabazz. This is Scott. So he takes
Hi, I'm sorry.
Dangerous woman with camera.
Scott has the pleasure of screening our phone calls I was telling you about.
Oh,
So
wow.
he worked on that yesterday. I was telling him that was probably my biggest struggle is having to talk to people yesterday and be like, I'm sorry, he's already taken his 2 today. But I
Yeah,
didn't know if
it's
you had a
hard.
similar-
We literally get hundreds of calls
Oh, wow.
every week, and lots of need out there. But anyway, it can
Yeah.
feel a little overwhelming sometimes,
so
but
I-
we're working at it.
Yeah,
Wow.
and they're
Yeah.
working really hard. So that's
So-
telling her,
We're praying we can get at least more volunteers and more funding and get more exposure so people can know more about what you guys are doing and come and help.
Well, appreciate
Right?
it.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
That's all we want to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So your first name is?
Chava.
Chava? Beautiful.
Yes, thank
Beautiful.
you.
And I'm Scott. Yeah.
Nice to meet you,
Good
Scott.
to meet you too.
I'm sure you'll
Thank
see
you for
more.
taking time out, Scott. I know
Yeah,
you're busy.
well, I was just meeting, we have a HUD grant that I also work with. It's called the ESG program. And I was working, most of the folks that we work with on that are families with children under the age of
Wow.
18. But we're working with one couple we kind of made an exception with that had been, he was in a near fatal car accident.
Oh.
She is 65, he's a little bit younger, but he's been approved for disability because he can't work. You know, like I said, barely alive. And they couldn't pay the rent. And they don't get his disability till October, and they were about to be evicted. And so this program will help
Wow.
them cover their rent until his disability comes in. And so they can stay housed and then they'll be fine. So it's just the bridge money,
Right.
you know, in that time. But anyway, glad we can do it.
Thank you for
That
sharing
is
Yeah.
fantastic. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you for
Thank you
sharing
so
that.
much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I said they get to
Fantastic.
hear the stories right
Wow.
now. So like just that right there.
Wow.
So bridge that gap because they just enter crisis, get through, so then they're not homeless. They can stay housed and not be out on the street.
It's,
So
I mean, it's amazing that we have a program that is out there to help people. And it's also at the same time heartbreaking to know that someone could go through what they just went through and still be evicted,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like, it's that's one side of like, why? And then the
Yeah.
other side of it's like, well, okay, but we still have this world that is supporting one another, helping one
Yeah.
another, and such an amazing just heart,
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Wow. A real
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming by
Absolute
and letting me show
pleasure.
you my my coworkers and my office.
Yes.
I just love it. So
This was fantastic.
thank you.
There's this part 2, or it'll be an addendum to this, which is a tour of the entire facility. And just amazing what you guys, I mean, really, it is amazing what you guys are doing with a team, such a small team of people, just knocking it out. And I walked in and there was already, the waiting room was full,
Yeah.
waiting, right?
Yeah, it's
Waiting
like
for
that.
help.
Some days on all day, sometimes all day. So,
Oh,
but
wow.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. And how long are you guys open? Like,
So we open at 8 a.m. and they'll take walk-ins Monday through Friday, 8 to 11. And that just means if you aren't currently a client here, you can walk in for services. So if you need help, you can come in from, if you have a referral from City Rescue, or you're, sleeping on somebody's couch, something like that, you can come in and they'll be able to work with you. We close from 12 to 1 for lunch, and then we reopen at 1, and that is for our appointment clients. So if you're already an established client, you can make an appointment, and they'll see clients from 1 to 4:30 typically, and we leave at 4:30 Monday through Friday, closed holidays, that type of thing. So
wow.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Come out,
Come check us
volunteer,
out. Yes,
donate,
volunteer. Yeah.
join, just see,
Yeah.
just call to see if you can help. Or if you know someone in need, please share.
Yeah.
Please share this with them so that they can see that there's an opportunity for them to get to some stabilization. I want to add this other part of it.
Yeah.
You guys have a very high rate of not only helping people get back on their feet, but also them maintaining.
Yes. So a lot of our people, when we check back we'll check back with them. We have different markers, but they'll check back 3 months, 6 months, and when we check back in a year, 86% of our people are still
huge.
housed. So,
That's
and it's not like Scott
fantastic.
shared with the story, but I mean, it's not a handout. It's,
Right.
It's a way to help people
Right.
bridge that gap to whatever crisis they find them. I mean, every situation's unique, but it's not a handout. It's a situation
Right.
of where they're really helping people get through a crisis.
Oh,
So-
amen.
So.
Oh, thank you
Yeah,
so
thank
very
you.
much. Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, please. Oh my goodness, this was amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. This completes another 30 for 30,
Yay.
and God bless.